Francie Little, and I'm going to show you how I make my tomato martini. I have friends ask me all the time how I make them because I tell them that I like to drink tomato martinis, and they kind of picture something that looks like a Bloody Mary or something like that with like tomato juice. But this is totally different. This is with tomato water. It's really almost clear. And I start with heirloom tomatoes. I like to get them at Whole Foods just because they have a really good big selection. And I try to get really big, fat, juicy ones, even a little bit soft. So not like something you'd get to make a salad or just sliced tomatoes where you want them a little firmer. I look for kind of mushy ones. And then I also use a fresh jalapeno and a clove of garlic. So what I do is I'll cut out that stem core, and then I cut off the bottom, and I chop them up really big and coarse. They don't have to be real small pieces, just big enough so that when you put them in the bowl you can get all those juices out. And then I'll put that in a bowl. And I'll slice up my jalapeno. And my clove of garlic. And put that in with it. And then I get some sea salt and put a pinch of sea salt in. Now normally I would maybe have a bigger bowl than this because I'm going to have a lot more tomatoes. I like to buy a lot of them at one time because you can freeze the tomato water. You could also mix this up with a Cuisinart or some kind of food processor, but I don't want to have to clean that when I'm finished. It's just as easy to get in there with my hands and squish it all up, because what I'm trying to do is release all that juice out of the tomatoes and blend those flavors with the jalapenos and the garlic and the salt. And then I'm going to pour this mixture into a colander lined with just a linen cup towel. I like to line it because I only want the tomato water to come through. I don't want any meat. So I pour that in there. You can see that I already put some in earlier. And you can see how the tomato water just drips right through there. I like to call it liquid gold. So then what I do is, after I get all my tomato water out, and you can kind of do this in phases, I'm going to pour that into any kind of, it doesn't have to be a measuring cup, just something that I can easily pour out of. And now I'm ready to make my martini. So what I'll do is I like to get my martini glass and get it a little bit wet with some of that tomato juice on the rim, because I'm going to line the rim with smoked salt. And you can get smoked salt in the bulk food section at Whole Foods. So I'm going to line that rim almost like you would rim a margarita glass with salt. And then I've already got my martini shaker. It has some ice in it. Now on the portions, you can either do 2 portions vodka to 3 of the tomato water, just depending on how you like. If you want to be able to taste the vodka, I don't really like to taste it, so I'll usually do 2 parts vodka to maybe 3 parts tomato water. Sometimes the tomato water is really, really flavorful, and you can get by with making even parts. And then I'm going to shake that up really good. And that's how you make a tomato martini. Liquid gold. One of my favorite things to do while I'm enjoying a delicious tomato martini is sitting up on the dock and watching a beautiful Texas sunset over the lake. Why don't you join me?